get into these 1v1. So the 1v1 just started. We have our first fight, Arminto versus Ward. And let's talk about a little bit about these 1v1s. The first fight, people have been able to bank, which means they have been able to take out as many brews as they want, which means that this first round will be a very long round to be able to fight. Because after this fight, the game will actually give them supplies to fight their opponents, which only contains one brew, mostly sharks. So for this first fight, we do have a lot of brews in this setup. So bear with us while we carry through this first fight. So we do have Arminto versus Ward, and it does appear that Arminto is already in the lead because he's been smart. He's been able to put his VLS specs in as soon as he got them, because look at this, Ward has still 100% spec remaining. Now, what this means is that he is currently not recharging his spec, but he does go in for a VLS spec, but it does appear on Prey Melee. But immediately goes for another VLS spec, juking his opponent off the Prayer, and hits a 57 off Prayer, but hits another 30 through Prayer. These VLS specs are insane. He hits a 30 on Prey Melee, and hits another 30 on Prey Melee. This is crazy. His VLS is on fire, but doesn't even matter, because Arminto is still in the lead. All he has to do now is catch a freeze, as he does. Now, he goes in for the DD mechanic. What this means is that you freeze your opponent and you step under them as you're getting ready to be able to get control of the fight. Now, we do have Ward currently bolting his opponent, but they are currently both frozen. So all they can do now is juke their opponent with mage and range. They do not have melee available until they are unfrozen, which should be in a little bit here. So we'll see if Ward or Arminto goes in for the sneaky VLS spec while their opponent does not expect it just yet. As Arminto goes in for the VLS spec, but Nick Ward does predict it a little bit, but only hits a 0, unfortunately, for Arminto. He did not get the VLS spec he was looking for, and Ward goes in for VLS spec. Arminto does predict it on Prey Melee as he hits a 20 through Prayer. Come on, bro. I know, I'm sorry. Ward now is making a little bit of a comeback, but we'll have to see if it even matters, because Arminto is slightly outgearing his opponent, and we'll have to see if Ward can put his PvP skills to use to be able to neglect this gear difference. And it does appear that Ward is slightly taking control of this fight, but he does get VLS at 54, as he did protect his Prey Melee just slightly on too late. And Arminto is now in control of the fight using this DD mechanic, as we said, but both players currently unfrozen. Now Arminto's looking for that refreeze. Did he catch the refreeze there? He did. So now Arminto again in control of this fight, but Ward catches the freeze instantly as they both VLS spec each other. 43 versus 44 as they equal out trades with both VLS specs and bolts. Sensei, this is a rerun. This is live. However, that the previous tournament, which we hosted a week ago, had some minor glitches, and so we are doing a rerun, giving everyone's account back so they can compete once again without the glitches to make it fair for everyone to compete. And that's what we're watching right now. And these are the first 1v1 fights, as we are watching Arminto versus Ward fight each other out. And it does appear to be quite equal. Look at these brew counts over here. We do have Arminto looking slightly up in brews. However, his brews are 3 dosed, whereas Ward still has the 2 full brews. That's where Arminto has like 2 deuce brews, rather. And Ward has like 4 doses. So we'll see if this evens out in the end, as they're both currently frozen, can only juke each other with mage and range. We'll have to see if they can start getting in some of these blood barrages, as it does damage the opponent and heal themselves. So we'll have to see if they start capitalizing on that, because a blood barrage healing can make the difference. As you've seen fights of this magnitude go down to literally 5 HP difference. So a blood barrage can literally change the game, as Ward goes in for a VLS swipe, but Arminto does predict it on Prey Melee, but Arminto catches the freeze, now is in control of this fight, hits 2 barrages back to back and goes in for VLS spec, but Ward does predict it, gets on the Prey Melee just in time. Now Arminto actually staff bashes, not what you're looking for, but his barrages are on fire. Back to back to back hits on his barrages, now currently DDing under his opponent, in control of this fight. Can he out-juke his opponent as Ward goes in for a left swipe and does get a little bit of damage in? Now, Ward can still win this fight, as he does with his huge VLS spec. Now, he does hit a 21 through Prayer, and that is his comeback right there, because look at the brew count now. Arminto actually only has 2 brews left, whereas Ward has 2 full brews and a 3 dose. This fight now, 3 doses in brew difference. We'll have to see if the RNG comes in. Arminto tries to catch the freeze, but actually goes in for EVLS spec. Hits it off prayer, but only a 28. Not quite as looking for. Hits a bolt, but not really a big bolt just yet. Now, it is important for these opponents to catch the next freeze, as they can use the DD mechanic. Ward goes in for the freeze, but splashes, as does Arminto. Both players still unfrozen. Who can catch the first freeze? It is Splash City over here. Both players still unfrozen. Arminto choking a little bit there, but catches the freeze finally and goes in for the DD. This could be his mechanic, this could be his comeback, but Ward actually freezes instantly his opponent, and they're now locked into place next to each other. They can use range, mage, and melee. Arminto only has 2 doses of brew left. He has no restores left, which means that if he chugs one more dose of brew here, it means that he cannot use magic. He can no longer ice barrage. Then it's all down to mage and range. But he is on the focus. Ward is actually getting destroyed here. It is a miracle that Arminto still hasn't had to chug one of those brews. Ward now only has 1 dose of brew left. Is he going to chug it over here? He is on 60 HP. Arminto, it says VLS, goes in for the spec, hits a 25 through prayer. This is his comeback. Hits a 21 bolt through prayer. Arminto is making the miracle comeback over here as Ward consumed his last dose of brew. Arminto still on those 2 brews. Still has a barrage available to him. He's been rocking his opponent with only 2 brews left. He has taken absolutely no damage since we started counting how many brews he has left. Now, Ward only has 7 HP left. Can he get up the redemption? No, Arminto finishes off with a 31 barrage. And Arminto carries on through the next round and can make the gear upgrade of the Aram's top and the DFS. So let's see if there's still more fights going on. We do have a Tribute versus a Rag Ranger. Let's see if we can find something a little bit more exciting over here. Let's see. Are there still Maxes fighting? Let's see. We do have a little bit of a fight here. We actually have Pool, which is a maxed out Venture getting destroyed by a medium geared Tribrid. Unfortunately, we couldn't see that fight, but that's incomplete. Complete max set gone. Now we do have a full Barrows max fight here. Watch Zelda, please. I mean, it's hard for me to find if he's still even fighting, because I can only I'm only watching fights that are still going on. Now, who do you want to watch? Do Joyce? You were just on him. I see. I mean, I can go back to him, I guess. We do have MK versus EX. Those are the EX brothers. Let's see. You guys want to see? Let's see. Go to Larry 9. All right. Let's see if we can find Larry 9. Eden account versus Wohan. Swami versus Based. I'm not too sure if Larry's actually still fighting. But we do have a little bit of a fight going on here, which is quite interesting to watch. We do have Suomi Demon versus Base Brit, which are going quite equal. But Suomi is actually down in brews. But Base Bird, once again, look at these brews. He only has 2 dose brews and 1 dose brews left, which means that it is more equal than it does appear. It does look that Suomi is down, but Base Bird only actually has 1 brew left. He only has 2 doses, whereas Suomi has a full brew plus 1 dose left. So we can see if he can actually get this DD going as he does and get in the damage that he needs. Base Bird returns with a 20 bolt, but will it even matter? Because he only has a couple brews left. And he is being DD'd. No Red Lords 1v1 again. Feels bad. They got cleared in multi. Lin OT showing their dominance in multi. Now, Suomi does catch the freeze and can go for this DD, which exactly what he does. He does miss a little bit of damage there as he splashes. Another freeze. Another freeze comes in. Another splash. Base Brit predicts it with the Prey Mage. And he is actually getting destroyed. This is not what Suomi's looking for. He thought he was in control of the DD. But Base Brit is just bolting him back and he's doing more damage. All he has to do is just keep on that range, and they're all dying. Suomi now completely out of brews. Base Brit has turned it around, goes in for the Warhammer, hits a 31. Now goes in for the bolt. Can he finish off the fight? And he hits a 23. Now let's see. Are there any fights still going on? We do have ILX, which actually has Armadillo, and he does kill his opponent, not for sale. So he will advance to the next round as well. Now we do have Party Paul versus ZR. Now, these guys have been fighting for a long time, and ZR does appear to be down in brews here, as Party Paul does outgear his opponent. Now, Party Paul has an ACB compared to ZR's Morgan Javelins. He goes in for a Warhammer hit, hits a 29. Now, ZRG is just chugging these Javelins because it's his main range damage. Now this is actually a viable strategy as ZRG is actually carrying Venge rather than Tribit. So Party Paul can use the DDs whereas ZRG cannot. But ZRG did bring in the Metro Seeds. So Party Paul, even if he DDs, it is hard for him to be able to carry on the DD because ZRG can just Mithril Seed out and he knows this. So Party Paul is just bolting his opponent, not even switching gear at all. I'm not too sure why he's not juking into the mage. Maybe he feels confident enough. He can outdamage his opponent with just range. Now, ZRG only has 1 dose brew left, so it is working out for Party Paul, but this is just a bolt fiesta. Now Party finally goes in for a brush. It's a 24. Now his opponent is frozen. Goes in for a bolt, but only it's a 0. Goes in for a sneaky Warhammer, off prayer, but unfortunately it's a 0. Another sneaky Warhammer, another 0, off prayer. Now ZRG is out of brews, and Party Paul does have 2 brews remaining. So all he has to do now is keep his health high. Do not get chance, because ZRG does have 2 VLS specs. Goes in for VLS swipe, actually decides to not go for a spec, which is quite a shame because ZRG only has a couple seconds left to live. So if he ever puts in the damage, it is now. And he goes in for VLS spec, but super delayed. That was like a 4-tick switch. Now he gets punished. He only has 2 health remaining. Party Paul wins his fight with a decisive victory of 1 brew and 1 dose remaining. And we do still have 1 fight going on. I'm not too sure how this fight is still going on. I mean, look at how many supplies these guys still have. This is interesting. I'm not too sure how they've been fighting for this long and still have so much supplies left. We do have Neek versus Crack. Now, it does appear that Crack is up on his opponent. Whereas it is quite interesting because look at Crack. He only has a Vesta Spear, whereas Neek does have the VLS. It actually currently no more delay, Justin. We are currently live. Multistage is the only one with a delay. All right, Crack goes in for a Gmaul spec, chances his opponent, but Neek does survive the fucking Gmaul. Huge chance indeed on the opponent. That could have been the comeback Crack was looking for, but Neek still going in for the damage, still DDing under his opponent, goes in for a Zuriel Staff Bash. Not what you're looking for in these fights. You're going to want to be able to do consistent damage. If a single Staff Bash is not what you're looking for. Now, both opponents now currently frozen into place, which means they can use all 3 attack styles. We'll have to see if they can juke out their opponent as Craig does switch gears quickly and goes in for those off-prayer barrages, but does not quite get it, and goes in for a Vesta Spear hit off-prayer, but only it's a 0, unfortunately. Now, both players are unfrozen. This freeze is important. Who can catch it first? Which, actually, Crack catches it first, so he can now go in for that DD mechanic, can juke out his opponent. But I'm not too sure what he's doing there. He actually took a good 2 seconds to be able to cast a barrage there. That's a little bit of a brain delay on his side, but he does have a up in brews, so he can afford to make these mistakes. But too many these mistakes will cost you, as he turns off his prayer off a misclick. Now Neek goes in for VLS spec, hits it off prayer, actually on prayer rather, sorry. Another VLS spec on prayer. Crack knows that he can tank these hits, he can just keep praying melee. Now Neek frozen, another DD opportunity for Crack over here. Grats on his level, yeah, grats on his level. Now Nak has to chuck down his last couple brews. Now look at this. He only has 1 dose of Restore left, which means he can only chug these brews a couple times, whereas he will then lose his ability to cast barrages, which he already has. Look at this. He now has Ice Blitz only remaining to him. He now can only use Ice Blitz, so this does predict doom for him. His mage level is down. Craig is severely up in brews, and he is winning this fight. Why are you watching Wales? Because this is the only remaining fight. All the other fights are already concluded. These are the last 2 people to be able to fight each other to go on to the next round. And the way it looks right now, Crack is working his opponent. And his opponent only has a 2-dose brew left. But does he even realize he goes down by 29 bolt, even though he has 2-dose brews left. Now Crack makes it on to the next round. And that does conclude our first round of 1v1s. Yes, sir, this is the Eden Deadmanmode tournament. ! Discord to join the Discord and be able to keep up with the updates and be able to play yourself next time around. Because in 3 to 4 weeks from now, there's going to be another tournament for 2 billion GP on 07. And if you want to compete, if you want to grind for a week, grind out gear, grind the levels, play the final hour, play these 1v1s, just exclamation point Discord in the chat, and you'll be able to play the next Eden tournament. Can you watch some of the fights with people named Nomad? Well, the thing is, right now there's still 64 people remaining, which means that there is 32 fights going on in a sec here. So the odds of me finding your fight in 32 fights are kind of low. It could take me like 3 minutes of skipping through the fights to be able to fight to see who you guys want. So there are 10 names. Nomad, just find one. COVID-19, woohoo! You guys want to watch this one? COVID-19 versus Bark for me. You guys okay with this one? That's Oda? Ah, Oda. Interesting. Yeah, we'll watch this. I mean, there we go. Oda block playing. Let's watch this. Sure. So Oda is COVID-19. Is that correct? He's not Bark on me. Oda block is COVID-19. Is that confirmed? No, it's not. Oh, what? Who then is Oda? COVID isn't Oda, then who is? Du Shang? I mean, I can try and find him if you guys want. But it could take me a while to find Du Shang. Because, like I said, there's 32 fights going on. So to be able to find one specific fight out of the 32 is quite low. I mean, I'll try for a little bit, but if we can't find Du Shang, then we're gonna be able to spectate the first decent fight that we find. Bark for me versus COVID. I run southeast. Eden 38 versus Young. Yeah, it is. Ah, there we go. Okay, Du Shang versus Execution. Here we go. This is the fight you were looking for. This is Oda Block versus EX. There it is. Brother Mano. It must be a glitch. Now, he does outgear his opponent by a huge margin, and he is already in control of this fight. He goes in for less spec, but only gets a swipe. Pray melee. Working his opponent, EX has no chance. Look what he's doing. He's equipping his Warhammer, clicking on his opponent, but that's not working, brother. You're frozen. You're gonna have to equip this Javelins, as he does. Goes in for the Warhammer. Does not quite it. Du Shang goes in for the Vespec. Hits at 38 on the surprise. Now goes in for the DD. Heals back up. But actually, look at this food difference. It's not even that close. I mean, it is pretty close, is what I'm saying. It's not even that far off. Oda is fighting EX, and EX severely undergeared, but he is keeping up. Look at this food. It's pretty much the same. Du Shang is gonna have to catch a freeze here. He is splashing back to back to back. Can he finally catch a freeze here? No, another splash, another attempt, another splash. Execution goes in for the Warhammer, off prayer, hits a 0. Now, Oda finally catches this freeze, goes in for the DD, can now heal back up and take control of this fight. Goes in for a huge 33 damage. Now, Execution is just throwing these javelins, and it is working out for him, but he is taking return damage. And it does mean that he is now behind on this fight. Heals all the way back up, only has one shark left. Now we see Oda is in control of this fight. He does have full control, and he is winning this fight as he finally catches the freeze, goes in for another DD. Now Execution, all he can do now is just bolt and try and goes in for these sneaky Warhammers. But Oda knows this, and he knows all he has to do now is consistently bolt his opponent and try to get this DPS. All he has to do is stay high health and don't get chanced, and he will win this fight. As he catches the final freeze, actually it was not a freeze, goes in for Vila Spec, hits a 0 off prayer, tries to catch one more freeze. To be honest, if we look at his freeze accuracy, he should just go in for the bolt, but he does finish with the barrage, and Execution dies, and Oda Block makes it into the next round, top 32 for him at least. Now, the next fight we're watching, look at this. We do have Khalib versus Uba, and Uba only has one shark left, whereas Khabib has no sharks left. This is 42 HP versus 91 HP. Now, this does seem that Khabib is on the back end, but we have seen fights on difference in food and in gear to still be able to turn around and still win fights. But Khabib is choking. He does goes in for the Zuriel Staff Bash, not what he's looking for. Abu knows what he's doing, but also out of food. Goes in for brush and KOs his opponent, and Khabib goes down. And Uba makes it through the next round. As it was quite a close fight, as they were both out of food. Now let's see. The next fight we have. Two opponents out of food. 28 speed versus 51 speed. Can we see a KO potential here? Can we see a comeback from My Bald, who only has 28 health left? He can go for a blood barrage if he doesn't feel available for it, but goes in for real spec, hits a 41, and kills his opponent. Jar goes down, and My Bald on 28 HP makes it through the next round. All Jar had to do was just bowl his opponent and just not get chanced on the VLS, and he misses his opportunity, misses his chance, and My Bald goes through the next round. Now this is the last fight remaining of this round. We have Mita versus Victimized, and look at this difference. Wait, how did Mita Melons get this much shark? Did Victimized drop his sharks? Is that what happened here? Did Victimized drop his sharks? Did Mita loot the Victimized sharks? I mean, why are they still fighting? I mean, cheating, Pog? I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, if they are allied, or if they are dropping each other's supplies, I mean, one of them is gonna die, and they're gonna get their inventories reset. So even if they are trying to cheat, it won't really work. Victimized has too many potions. I mean, look at Mita. He has a lack of potions. So it almost seems like Mita dropped his potions, Victimized loot those potions, but then dropped his sharks, whereas Mita then picked up the sharks. Does that make sense? I mean, either way, Victimized goes down with a huge lead on Mita's side. And his inventory will get reset now. So his shark stack won't matter. He will get reset either way. So if they did try and juggle food and like trade over supplies, I mean, you could consider that cheating, but it doesn't matter. Like if they are allied, it doesn't matter because they're gonna get reset. Looting bag? I mean, you think he has food in the looting bag? Is that what's happening? I mean, I'm pretty sure looting bag should be disabled in the final hour. I mean, we'll look into it if it is potentially enabled. Let me quickly contact. We'll get the anti-cheat specialists on this. This won't go unnoticed. We see you, Mita. We see you. We see you. This is a no cheat zone, my friend. Alright, who do you guys want to watch? You guys want to watch Oda again? Let's see if we can find him. Go to Oda? I mean, I'll try. I'll try. What was his name again? I mean, I think I slightly remember. My Bald Leader versus Section. Eop versus Corona. Dushang? Yeah, that was it. Dushang. We'll see if we can find Dushang real quick. Party Paul versus Uba. EOP. Wuhong versus Beyblade. Nomad. EOP again. Mina Melons. Nomad. I mean, I can't find him right now. I'm not too sure why. I mean, I guess we'll watch this fight if you guys are okay with this. I mean, I can skip more, but like I said, it's random, so it's hard to find these fights you're specifically looking for until we have like 16 fights remaining. I mean, we do have My Bald Leader versus Section Boys, and they are both in max, and they both have complete Armadillo, including Wyvern Shields and ACBs. So they are equally geared. So it all comes down to individual skill now. We do see both of these players running in their VLSs as soon as they can. Because as soon as you hit these VLS specs, you can get these VLS specs recharging and make use of the timer. Because we do see that Section Boys is currently on the back foot here, but goes in for a VLS spec, gets hit at 39. Are droppers increased? Yes, they are, but good sir. They are 4 times compared to 07. No rune pouch. That's an interesting one. Section Boys does not have a rune pouch. How did that happen? How did that happen? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you get your splash either way. I mean, congratulations for him. I mean, that means he won his first fight, which is impressive without a rune pouch. I mean, this time around, you just get supplies from the game. So, it doesn't really matter. But the first round, obviously, the inventory space matters. What's the download link for this game? exclamation point Discord in the chat to play this game. Now, we do have Section Boy on the focus. He does have Bald frozen, but Bald catches the freeze instantly, and they're now both frozen into place. They now can juke each other out, going in for the VLSs. But my Bald leader is going to be unfrozen in just a second here, so he can go in for the D, but goes in for a VLS because the 35 through prayer. Now, my Bald leader unfrozen. Section Boy is going to be unfrozen just a second here, as they both instantly catch the freezes. But Section Boy did actually not get refrozen just yet. My Bald leader using those Mythos Seas to his advantage, creating the distance to not get DD'd. Now, Section Boy and my Bald leader, both of them frozen. My Bald leader will be unfrozen in 2 seconds roughly, so he can go in for the DD. But he actually chooses to create some gap between himself and Section Boy and goes in on the barrage focus. And it is working out for him because look at this. Section Boy only has 3 sharks remaining, whereas my Bald leader has more food. And he is looking for this victory. All he has to do is now is stay on the focus, stay on the damage, as he does catch the freeze on Section Boy, but he is now choking a little bit, not getting in the damage he wants, only splashing, back to back to back to back splashes. Section Boy still frozen, tries to click his VLS, but does not work. And huge VLS pick off prayer, 61. That's a max hit right there. Returns with another VLS pick off prayer on a 41. But will it even matter? Section Boy now out of food, 25 HP remaining. Can he make the comeback? Probably not, because my Bald leader is full health, still has a shark and a brewer left. Section Boy, 25 health. Can my Bald leader go in for a VLS to KO him? Goes in for a bolt, only it's a 7, not quite looking for. Catches the refreeze, a 6. Still, Section Boy survives, and there he goes, a 27 brush, KOs his opponent, and my Bald leader makes it through the next round. Now, we do have Nomad versus 111, both players out of food, 10 health, 32 health. Now, Nomad did get up the redemption, back to 21 health. He has another redemption available to him. 111 hits, what was that, a Zuriel staff bash, a 30? Hello? What was that? Did I see that right? Was that a Zuriel staff KO? I mean, GG, it worked for him. 111 goes in with a 200 IQ outplay and knocks out his opponent with a Zuriel staff KO. Now, another fight going on here as well. Another third, really, really close fight. Look at this. 18 HP versus 21 HP, goes in for a bolt, hits a 24, and LB Gang survives on 21 HP. Now, let's see other fights that are remaining. Now, look at this. Mita Melons is actually cheating, confirmed. Yes. Milan Melon cheating, kick him, confirmed. Because, how did you get a Menta Racer? How did you, quick. Let's see if we can, kick him out of the game right now before Armento dies. Armento about to die unfairly. Kick him right now. Mita Melons has to be kicked from the game right now before he actually kills his opponent. Armento has to stay alive until we can kick Mita Melons from the game. I am giving the word to kick Mita Melons. I mean, I can't kick him myself. We'll have to wait for an admin to kick him out. But the admin has been notified. Mita Melon has to be kicked. Armando only has 21 HP left. Can he survive long enough? Oh, another chance on the bolt. And Mita Melons did get kicked out. Armento survives just in time. The admin savior comes in clutch. Armento, whew, saved. Saved, my man. Saved. Whew, clutch. He was full on cheating. Saved. The admin's coming in clutch, listening to the calls. Pog. Mita Melons has been disqualified for cheating. Goddamn. Now, that was the last fight remaining. It does appear that it's going to take a little bit to get the system reset to get Armento ready, because the game still thinks that this fight's going on, obviously. What did you do? How? Looting bag? I'm not sure. He even had Manta Ray in the 1v1, which is impossible after banking stage. I mean, Mita Melons obviously bug abusing, and the admins came in clutch. Free Melons? No, we're not free Melons. He's a cheater. Now, you guys wanted to see, let's see. Call out my name. Call out Sunday. Oh, Dushang. Oda is still in the fight. There we go. Oda block versus Nomad. This is going to be interesting. Melons won. He was a cheater. Obviously, he's winning if he's cheating. No shit. Sherlock, goddamn. But we do have the fights going on. And we do have Odoblock versus Nomad. Now, both players currently frozen into place. Can only juke each other with a VLS and the ace. They cannot use the VLS currently. Both players 100% spec. They're going to get unfrozen in a little bit here. Now, who goes in for the first VLS? And can they predict it? They should know. Both players should be unfrozen and start playing melee, as Nomad does. Now, Dusheng goes in for a VLS spec, but Nomad predicts it, as I said. Hits a 19 off Prayer. Now, Dusheng keeps VLS specking on Prayer. Now, Nomad keeps tanking these hits. Goes in for a lot of VLS. Jukes his opponent and goes in for the quick bolt off Prayer. Now, Dusheng is trying to get this freeze, but Nomad now catches the freeze on Odoblock. Both players frozen into place. Now, all they can use is Mage and Range. They have to juke out the opponent. Can they switch gear fast enough? Can they switch Prayer fast enough? Can they get into the mind of their opponent? Because DDing or VLSing is not available to them. Both players unfrozen Jiplet, and Odoblock knows he has unfrozen. He knows he can go in for it. It's a 54 and then a 32 through Prayer, and that puts him in the lead off this fight. Now, Nomad did catch the freeze on Odoblock, goes in for the DD, catches his breath, goes back on the focus. Now, Nomad DDing his opponent, but Odoblock will be unfrozen in a couple seconds here. Oh, Odoblock tried to go in for the VLS, but Nomad was smart. Goes in for the sideways walk to cancel out the VLS spec. Now, Odoblock is DDing under his opponent, but he instantly gets frozen, and he did get VLS spec off Prayer. A bit of a mistake by him. A 48 damage is going to cost him. Now, Nomad is going to get unfrozen in a couple seconds here, and he's going to get a couple free seconds to DD under his opponent. Dusheng goes in for a VLS swap, hits a 30 through Prayer without even specking. That's impressive. Now, Nomad refrozen. Dusheng, I don't think he's frozen right now. Odoblock, he could move, and he goes in for this spec, hits a 52 off Prayer, and that puts him back into this fight. Now, Nomad has to chuck these sharks. Only has 2 sharks left on 84 HP. Now, Odoblock does have a decisive lead here. Goes in for the VLS swipe, hits a 15 through Prayer. Now, Odoblock frozen. Now, Nomad frozen as well. Both players locked into place. Hits a 40 bolt off Prayer. This is huge for Odoblock. Now, Odoblock full health. Look at how many sharks he has left. Look at how many sharks Nomad has left. Only 1 shark left over. Now, once again, Odoblock in control of this fight. All he has to do is not get chanced and keep slowly chipping down his opponent. And he does get in the KO. At this point, Odoblock makes it through the next round. Now, we do have another fight going on. And this is quite a close fight. Look, both opponents pretty much full health. Now, nobody cares. Did get chunked a little bit there. Hits a 34 through Prayer. Now, nobody cares is back into this fight. Nobody cares. And 200 ping. Look at how close this fight is. It's 3 sharks versus 2 sharks. Nobody cares. Is in a small lead. But he's getting chipped by his opponent. 200 ping goes in for the VLS swap. Hits a 0. Another VLS hits returns on the 14. Another VLS 0. Nobody cares. You're going to have to start switching his gear now. As he does. But he does get VLS spec'd. Now, nobody cares. Has 1 shark remaining. Nobody cares. Is out of food. 200 ping has 1 shark remaining rather. This fight is close. And 200 ping hits a 35 bolt. And nobody cares. Falls down as 200 ping wins this fight with 1 shark left over. And we do see Nomad 5 killing his opponent Sicario. And that is the last of this round. Hold on, guys. Alright, yeah. So it is confirmed Melons is disqualified, obviously. He did get kicked for cheating. And we're going to be working on fixing whatever glitch that was for the next tournament, obviously. Because the thing is, this rerun, it is nice because it does line up a couple of these glitches so we can find out what these glitches are, how they work, and patch them for the next tournament. So that when the next tournament does come around, we can clear all this up. Now, we are down to 4 fights remaining. This is the top 8, which means these players will be fighting for the prize pool. Whoever wins this fight from now on will make it through the top 4 and start getting into the 75 mil tier on the prize pool. So we will be spectating Odeblock once again, as he does seem to be the favorite, and he does seem to be the public favorite as well. You guys are requesting it, and Odeblock goes in for an Avila spec immediately. It's a 61, instantly maxes, and instantly catches the freeze. This fight's going well for him. Only goes in for the DD, now goes in for a bolt, only it's a 0. First bad hit on his side, but Odeblock is actually in control of the fight. He has the DD going, he has the VLS spec dropped, and he goes out of the opponent, hits a bolt spec, but only it's a 6, which is not really what I was looking for. Now Oda gets frozen, 200 ping, currently unfrozen. 200 ping returns to favor with DDing. Now Oda, wait, what was that? Did he hit was that a Zuriel staff bash under 30? Is that the second one we see in? That's quite impressive. Hitting a 30 with the Zuriel staff, but if it works, it works. Now goes in for the spec. It's a 13 through prayer, 13 ping. Keeps on. It just uses Zuriel staff instead of a VLS. It's way more powerful, exactly. Now, 200 ping did catch the freeze on Odeblock and goes in for the DD. Now Odeblock actually predicted the prey melee, so the VLS spec only hits an 18, but actually one more VLS spec off prayer hits a 32 on Oda. Another VLS spec, Oda predicts it, but it's on the prey melee just in time to neglect the damage. Catches a huge 29 barrage, and he now has the DD mechanic going as well. This fight, currently Odeblock in control, because look at this, 200 ping already uses brew, so he's down to sharks. Odeblock still has his brew. Goes in for a huge 59 VLS spec. This is a second one where he pretty much maxes. A 19 brush chances his opponent. Oh my god. Zoom out. Yeah, sure. There we go. Zoom out a little bit so you can see all the fights. Now, Odeblock is on fire with his VLS specs. Pretty much maxing twice in a row and chances his opponent. Another VLS swipe on prayer. Hits a 35. 200 ping. Very much down in food here. Only 4 sharks remaining. Odeblock in control of this fight. Still has to keep going. Odeblock catches the freeze. He's going to now be unfrozen and DDs his opponent. He's going to get a full freeze here. But Odeblock instantly gets frozen. Now both players are frozen. But 200 ping actually unfrozen. Now goes in for the DT. 200 ping. 1 shark remaining. Odeblock 4 sharks in the Karambon plus 2 bruises. Now returns to favor. Catches the freeze. Odeblock will be unfrozen in 2 seconds roughly. So he could go for the DD, which is exactly what he should be doing. But actually switches from a VLS to mage and gets punished by it by not going for the VLS. Now, look at this. 200 ping is making a little bit of a comeback as he tries to catch the desperate freeze. 200 ping goes in for those bolts. Douchebag Odeblock jukes out his VLS. Catches the most important freeze right there because 200 ping was going to go for the VLS. But gets frozen. I think this is GG for 200 ping as he now gets worked on by Odeblock. Odeblock, 1 shark, 1 Karambon, 2 doses of brew. It's a 30 KO on the barrage. 200 ping did not even get to consume his shark. And Odeblock makes it to the top 4, confirmed. Now, the last other 2 fights that we have going on. We do have COVID versus Arminto. Arminto, the guy who was fighting the cheater who we disqualified. Arminto in the lead with 1 shark remaining. 99 health, COVID-19, only on 60 HP. But returns with a 37 VLS, creates the distance between himself, instantly catches the freeze, as does Arminto. Now, both players currently frozen in position, have to use range and mage. Can they keep up? Can they juke out their opponents? Can they go for the blood brushes? Both players out of food, like at this. COVID-19 made the comeback. Both players on 50 health. Arminto, 52 HP. COVID-19, 40 HP goes in for VLS spec. It's a 16 through prayer. This is a disaster for COVID. COVID, 9 HP remaining, goes in for the redemption. But Arminto splashes. Arminto, another freeze, gets a 19 and KOs his opponent. That was close. Arminto down to 30 HP, but wins from his opponent by blood barraging and getting out the lead. Now these 4 players we have confirmed to be Odeblock. We have Xiang, we have East, Northwest, and we have Arminto. These 2 players at least win 75 mil each. Now, the next fight they're going to be fighting is to be able to get into the finals, and then they'll confirmed win at least 150 mil. So, 75 mil per person. They are now waiting for the fights to start. Who is left? I mean, obviously, I know that this is Odeblock, but the rest of these 3 players, I'm waiting for official confirmation who is who. It does appear that, I mean, I'm not sure if there's like, if they're like trolling, but East Northwest could be debut from EX actually. Was the Rerun 4? So last week we had a tournament for 2Bill07, and there were some glitches which caused a handful of players to disconnect throughout the final. And because these players did spend an entire week grinding out gear and grinding out their stats, we do want to give everyone a chance. So that's why there's a rerun now to compensate for the people DCing to still win 500 mil. Now, the fights have started. We do have Odablock versus East Northwest, which could potentially be Execution's debut, although not confirmed just yet. Both players frozen into place. This is a repeat from last time. Both players instantly frozen. Both all have their VLS specs. Now, Odablock will be unfrozen slightly before debut. So is he going to go in for the sneaky VLS spec? Already turns his prey melee. He knows debut is frozen. Goes in, both of them trade in the VLS specs. Now, they do read each other's mind. They do know exactly how this works. Odablock actually juking his opponent, goes in for a VLS, hits a 25 off prayer. Now, another 20 off, actually on prayer. So, Odablock getting the better side of this trade here, gets in the RNG he's looking for. Odablock in control of this fight, but it could still go either way, as we've seen before. Huge comebacks happen, but East Northwest is frozen. Odablock could go in for the DD, but actually hits a VLS spec and then goes on for the DD and hits another return VLS, a 36 off prayer. Now debut goes in for the VLS spec, hits a on prayer VLS spec, unfortunately for him. Now Odablock is frozen. Debut show other fight. I am trying to show both fights here, as you can see, so you can see both of these fights. Now both players unfrozen. Odablock will be unfrozen in just a second here. Catches the freeze on debut. Odablock should be unfrozen in a little bit here, so it could go for the DD if he wishes. Goes in for a Zuriel Staff Bash once again, but this time only hits a 0, not what he's looking for. Odablock has 5 sharks remaining and 1 dose brew, as we're at East Northwest, which could potentially be debut, has 5 sharks. Now both of them trading in the VLS specs, but debut actually catches the prey melee and catches the chance. Now it is quite close. East Northwest 3 sharks, Odablock 4 sharks, and a brew dose. This is extremely close. This could go either way. Blood Brush already flying in. They already know that they have to fight until less HP. Now, East Northwest goes in for the list, hits almost a 50 off prayer. This is not good for Odablock. Odablock now on frozen. This is the key freeze they have to hit. Odablock is out of food already. Only has 1 bros left. Now, Odablock gets frozen. East Northwest frozen as well. They trade hits on prayer. Now, Dushang. No VLS spec. East Northwest, no VLS spec available to either of them. But debut actually just got his VLS spec back right up. Does Odablock even notice he has a brew left? I don't think he notices. He should be chucking this. This could be the oh my god. Please use your brew, Oda. Please use it. Your opponent's out of food. No! A Zuriel Staff Bash for a 0. Oh, Oda. Oda, no. Why? He had a brew dose. He could have lived. And he goes in for the Zuriel Staff hit. Now another fight, real close, still going on here. Both players completely out of food. 71 HP versus 59 HP. They do trade the VLS hits and they do get each other off prayer. Now, both players DDing each other. Look at this. Jiang versus Armino. 37 HP versus 18 HP. Now you gotta get in these blood barrages. Armino, 8 HP remaining. Can he pull off the miracle comeback? Puts on the redemption, but he does fall down to the 33 bolts. And Xiong makes it through the finals. Oh, Odablock. Man, you had a brew dose, and you hit a Zuriel Staff Bash on the choke. On the moment you had to had the last hit to KO your opponent. Ah, GG. What a round, what a round. Wow. Oda has used the last brew, he did? Alright, good, good. I mean, did he then drink it and instantly get damaged for the remainder of his HP? Is that what happened? Because for a second it looked like he still had it. But I guess he chucked it on the last second and then got damaged for the last amount of damage. Debut versus Abu? Is this confirmed? I mean, East Northwest, it does appear that this is a DBU. But, Xiang, can we get it confirmed? It's Dream? Really? Is this Dream from Radlords? GG versus DBU? Oh, is it Dream for... Wait. Wait. Are there two Dreams? Am I confusing? Which CC is DBU? DBU is in Execution, and EX is part of the Lit OT Alliance. It is Dream versus DBU? Damn. Rami versus DBU? I mean, I'm not sure. I heard Rami got knocked out in the 8th round, but regardless of who it is, we do have the last fight going on. And it is DBU confirmed versus not someone who isn't confirmed just yet. People are saying it could be Rami, it could be Dream, we're not too sure yet. But both players are now frozen into place. They're getting ready to trade to VLSpec. Xian goes in for VLSpec, but gets predicted on the prey melee. But still, it's a 36 through prayer. He does not give a damn. Now Xion on the focus, but gets frozen himself. East-northwest, still unfrozen, goes in for DD, as he should. Now, he can use this time to heal up and get control of the fight, as he is down slightly. Goes in for Blood Rush, heals up a little bit, goes in for the smart diagonal walk, so he cannot get VLS, and hits a 32 bolt on the focus. East-northwest, now frozen. Xian can go for the DD. Both players now DDing each other, trying to get into the mind of the opponent, trying to get in those jukes, trying to get into damage, as they are now VLS specking each other, both of them hitting and VLS spec, and it's a 37 versus 4 trade. Now both players trying to catch a freeze on each other. Xiang and Northeast Northwest are now frozen into place, which means they can use all three attack styles. This is the moment where they have to shine. This is where they have to juke at their opponent, and they do so by trying to switch gear as much as they can and try and predict the move the next person is going to make. Switching that VLS quickly, turns into the ACB, and goes in for the ACB hit. Nice Lisp, thanks. Now, East-Northwest has 2 doses of brews remaining, whereas Xian already used all of his brews, so it is Sharks versus Sharks remaining now, as East-Northwest used his last brew dose. Now, it does appear that this fight is actually quite close, as both players are frozen into place. But Xian now unfrozen, goes in for the DD, hits a VLS spec, but it is only a 22. Not quite looking for. Xian now under the DD. East-Northwest is gonna be on frozen in just a second here, as he does catch the free on Xian. Now can use the DD to be able to heal back up, take control of the fight, and get his mind together and get ready to fight his opponent. What did you have for dinner? I haven't had dinner yet, actually. But I'm gonna get pizza. How about that? Thanks for asking. Now, we do have Xiang and East-North still fighting it out. 3 Sharks versus 4 Sharks. It is quite close, and they are trading the hits. They are both trading VLS specs at 30 versus a 41. They are now so insanely close. 82 HP. Xiang used his last Shark. East-North still has 2 Sharks remaining, but is down to 22 HP. Hits a bolt on prayer. That was not a chance. It is very close. Xiang now on 60 HP. Frozen into place. Both of them go in for the VLS swipes. Both of them out of food. Both of them exactly 45 HP. This is insanely close. The blood brushes fly in. They try and get the bolt. Xiang turns off his prayer, but gets it on just in time for a VLS through prayer. 27 HP versus 24. This is the closest final we've seen so far. This next freeze is important. This is exactly the freeze you need to hit to win this fight. Xiang, splash, 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 another splash. Finally catches the freeze, goes in for DD, but misses the click and gets bolted by East-Northwest. And East-Northwest hits the 13 KO after being frozen. And East-Northwest takes home the victory. DBU taking it home for EX, making it all the way through the rounds, defeating Oderblock in top 4, and waiting and winning. And now he kills his opponent on 20 HP remaining. That was the closest fight we've seen so far. That was insanely close. They were both on 54 HP at some point. They were both at 24 HP on some point. And Xiang just tried to catch the freeze, but he splashed, he splashed, he splashed. He finally got the freeze, tried to go in for the DD, but it was too late. DBU bolted him back and KO'd his opponent for the victory. And goddamn, what a fight, what a finals, and what a rerun. Congratulations on DBU. Now, unfortunately, I am going to have to say here that I will not be interviewing DBU. If you guys did watch the last stream, I did interview DBU, and he did a big TOS. He said it's try hard, come on bro. So we will not be interviewing him again. He ruined his chance, unfortunately. So he will not be able to shout out this team. I mean, unlucky, dude. You shouldn't have said it. What else can I say? I mean, you won. Congratulations, but no winner interview for you. Who won the last one? The last one was IN8. I mean Abu. Sorry, Abu. IN8 was the one before that. Abu won the last one from Black Nance, and the one before that was IN8 from CD. Invite Deadbotting. I mean, yeah, I can get in a call with Deadbotting if he wants an interview. I mean, his alliance did win, so we'll see if we can get a interview with the clan leader here. Let's see. Hello, Deadbotting. Welcome. Wait, hold on. I actually have you on mute. Sorry. There we go. Hello.
What up, bro?
Welcome. You're live on stream. So,
guys.
EX, DBU, taking it home for the Lit OT Alliance.
Dessert.
How did that happen? How did you guys? I mean, obviously you won the multi quite decisively. You guys.
Yeah, nah, we slapped them in multi. Honestly, I don't think they had a lot of people left in the 1v1s.
Mm-hmm. Do you know roughly how many people you got on the 128?
Well, we pulled like 90, so I'd say we had at least 89.
Right.
I only saw one person die, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, we really did slap them. Vid'll be up on the YouTube channel, Deadbottom YouTube.
All right. So, do you know how many top four places? How many top four places you were able to secure this time around?
Top four. Not 100%. I think we had 3 of the top 4.
3 of the top 4. That's respectable. That's another big Lit OT
Alliance
victory coming in. So I do want to talk to you about the last tournament. So the exact same thing happened. Lit OT did carry the final round, but it did appear that Black Nance had some spies within your clan chat. How did you get rid of them this time around?
Well, they used their last fucking chance to win last tourney, so hey, can't ever happen again.
Fair enough.
So they got to start mass recruiting. They've been mass recruiting on ICOB. They got to do some more of that. You know, they got to do some more fucking recruiting. That's really it. They got to pull at least 200 if they're gonna beat us, at least.
So, and you are pulling how many?
We've been beating them. We've been beating them down 50 previous seasons. We pull like 70, 80. They pull like 120 plus. We still win. So they got to pull at least 200, 300 people. Maybe they'll have a chance. That's honestly what I'm down to see. I want some competition. You know
so you're saying that you're not going to be defeated until they outnumber you 3-1.
Much. What they got to do.
That's confidence right there.
Be rushing us at Rune Rocks when we're sitting in singles, saying that it's a glitch and shit. I don't know, man. They got some interesting calling.
It must be a glitch.
Yeah.
So,
hey, it's not multi on 07. It's not multi on 07, dude.
So let's talk about the upcoming tournament, which will be happening in 3 to 4 weeks. Do you guys have any plans for that? Obviously, you're going to be playing. Are you going to remain with the same alliance?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, and honestly, all Black Nance have to do is just try to get kids in RCC, because there ain't no chance they're winning multi. It's the only chance they got. Get some people in RCC. I'm telling you right now, next tourney, hey, try to get some people in RCC. That's your only chance. Don't worry about donating fucking bills for gear. Just like you did this tourney, it's not going to work.
I see.
Just get people in RCC. It's all you got to do.
So you're basically saying without spies,
trying hard at that.
They're not going to make it.
Without someone in RCC, there ain't no chance they're winning. That's on God.
I mean, we did see before. Someone was in your CC and they won, but this time around you cleared them and you took the victory this time around. So all you got to do next time around is keep that going.
They didn't even fight us. They sat there in multi at the beginning. I don't know if you were watching. It was before it even started, before the gas started or whatever. They were sitting in multi where we were sitting last time, and we rushed them and they ran right away. Like, why even sit there if you're just gonna run?
Fair.
Pretty bad.
I mean, you guys did take the final area, and it did work out for you. So, is there anyone you want to give a shout out?
Shout out my nigga Voss.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga got OFR'd. I'll just play, but fucking yeah. Shout out DBU, kid's a beast.
Taking the victory home for you
shout
guys.
Shout out JegX for bringing the real thing back soon, hopefully.
We'll see about that.
And if there's any J mods watching, don't ban my nigga Giller. He's commentating these things. Hey, don't ban the nigga. That's all I gotta say.
Whoa, you can't say that.
What?
I mean, I appreciate the shout out, but TOS, man, TOS.
What? I didn't say it.
All right. Well, thank you for the interview. Come on, bro. I appreciate you, and congratulations on the victory there. Well, that's another person that I call no longer interview. That's 2 down. I mean, damn. Soon everyone will be blacklisted. Blacklist, get it? Okay, so next time around, hopefully we'll get a winner that hasn't said it yet, so that we can interview them. So no debut winner interview for you, unfortunately, because he did say the full-on N-word last time around in the interview. So this is gonna be it for me. I appreciate all of you watching. If you're new to the stream, this was the Eden Deadmanmode tournament rerun finals. If you are new and you want to play the game, !Discord in the chat to be able to play the next Eden tournament, which will be in 3 to 4 weeks for 2Bill07. So get yourself on there, get yourself a clan, join a clan, maybe even invite your own clan if you're a clan leader, compete, play for 2Bill, and enjoy the full Deadmanmode experience as it always has been. Now, thank you all for watching. Follow the stream so you'll be notified next time I'll go live with another tournament. Let's see, any other announcements? There is a seasonal running, so if you do want to play right now, I mean, the seasonal will continue in just a little bit here, so you can download the client, open a Deadman World, and the season will continue in a little bit. So if you do want to play Deadman, you can right now. Jump on Discord, get your Deadman content, get your practice in, learn the mechanics of Eden, and get ready for the next tournament in 3 to 4 weeks for 2Bill07. My name is Giller. This has been the Eden Deadmanmode tournament. Thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful day.